Welcome to Salam Immigration. I'm Sheikh Asif Salam. Today I want to share with you some information and requirements about sole representatives of overseas businesses. We have had business routes leading to settlement like a tier 1 entrepreneur, which has unfortunately now been closed down and replaced by tier 1 innovator or a tier 1 startup. These are still in infancy and subject of a lot of confusion, but somehow the other category which I am discussing with you has not been explored by the overseas nationals or the counterparts here in the UK, which is the sole representative of an overseas business. That means if there is a company or a business somewhere, say in Pakistan, China, Russia, India, wherever, and they want to have some links with the UK or have some business interest in the UK to promote their own business in their countries, they can post someone in the UK as a sole representative so that he can take care of their interest, whatever these are in the UK. He can establish a branch here or he can establish a subsidiary company of the principal company in the country of origin and thus carry out the purposes of such thing. This route is also a route to settlement in 5 years. Initially, they give you 3 years and then an extension of 2 years, and after that, you get settlement. And the good thing is, as against the other routes, there is no requirement for an investment. You don't have to invest a certain amount of money, or the parent company from overseas doesn't have to uh, say invest some funds in the subsidiary or the branch here. That's a bit open. So basically, what they are looking for is that if there is a general requirement for overseas companies to have some presence here in the UK, they can send one of their senior employees. You can't simply say, I've hired someone just now and he has become a very senior employee of the company and we want to post him to the UK. It has to be something which is understandable, which is acceptable. So if someone is in that company in a senior position means at least working for some years so that uh, we can accept that he can be given the sole authority to run the affairs of that company as they are in the UK. So for UK purposes, for the UK branch or UK subsidiary company, he's the sole decision maker, or in the words of the rules, he has the full authority. So someone we can demonstrate is in that capacity in the overseas company can qualify to become a sole representative of that company in the UK and carry out whatever the objectives are for opening such a branch or having a presence here. So he has to be a full-time employee of the company. He should not be engaged in any other employment or any other thing. So being an executive here means not a family member of the uh, say parent company's shareholders or major shareholders. He should not himself be a majority shareholder. The only prohibition is majority shareholder. He technically or legally he can be a family member of the sponsors or owners of the company. He can be someone who has substantial shares like um, 40% is not majority shareholding, so he can have 40% shares. But the idea behind is that he should be someone who's really an executive, though a shareholder, who is really coming here to establish something on behalf of the parent company. He is here to develop an establishment and a presence of that company here, and not that someone is being posted here only to get settlement for himself and his family members, because dependents can also come with him just like the other routes. Spouse and the under 18 children can come here. They can also have all the say benefits of getting uh, education and health facilities all free of cost. So the idea is to develop trade, develop relationship with overseas companies, facilitate them in operating in this market. It is quite common that companies overseas they may need some to look after their marketing so that they can procure orders from the UK customers, the big companies here, or whosoever is there. They can keep a rapport with them, keep on meeting them to get orders from them for the products of the parent company so that those can be exported to the UK. Similarly, sometimes it happens that uh, companies overseas they import some raw materials or import some equipment from UK on a regular basis as stock and trade. So they may also have a presence in the UK to facilitate the purchases from the suppliers. They may get a good deal. Similarly, some service organizations like IT companies, they may also want someone to be posted here. In addition to the sole representative of general businesses, there are some very specific provisions for the sole representatives of television channels, broadcasting, and news agencies and newspapers. They are a bit liberal, so they can, with less requirements, they can sponsor one of their employees to come and settle here in the UK as a long-term assignment. Like if a television channel wants a correspondent in the UK on a permanent basis, they can send someone to be here. So for them, the requirements are not much. They can very easily do that. So they are not required to go through a lot. The only thing is that it should appear credible. The agency or the TV or newspaper really needs someone to be posted in the UK, and the Home Office would be liberal in those cases if it is apparently a general.